It's Sandy and I'm back already. Yeah, I know I don't usually do this many videos, but I am throwing them at you because today I'm doing something completely crazy. I told you guys that I was going to be trying some new stuff, and yeah, new stuff includes crazy stuff. I joined recently the Make It Crafty design team just as a short term. I don't know if it'll be longer term or not, but I'm kind of excited because they come up with some crazy wacky challenges and I kind of need some things to shake my brain up. So their challenge this month, believe it or not, is to use Bic pens to color an image. I signed on with them because I like to color their stuff with Copics, but it's okay because I can play along. I bought these new cool pens recently and I hadn't been able to use them. They're not big pens, but the kind of PS to the challenge is you can use a medium that you don't normally use. So I'm going to use that and show you what I did.
So here are the pens. I saw these at an LSS that I visited and I just had to have them. They're pretty awesome pens. I've turned out to like them. I had different purposes in mind than what I'm going to use them for today, but you know, we're going to give it a shot. The Staedtler company has a really good name. I have excellent memories of them from my college days because I used a lot of their drafting pens back then and really enjoyed them. But look at this packaging. I want to show you specifically the packaging. The two corners snap shut, but then if you want to get the pens out, you open this and you can reach in and get the pens without squishing your fingers. This packaging has apparently earned all kinds of design awards. And it's pretty much genius, but that's what you get from Staedtler because they are just a super high quality German company. So I'm going to use these pens to color an image though. Oh lordy, I only have 10 of them and I have these tiny, tiny, tiny nibs. So this is going to be quite the challenge. Like I said, the challenge is supposed to be to use Bic pens, and a lot of the other designers are using Bic pens, and good on them because they're doing amazing stuff. And I sucked at that, so I thought I would try these. Since I had never tried it before, I thought that still followed the rules. The nibs on these are so super tiny. It's taken me like forever to fill this in. It's kind of making me a little crazy. As I'm coloring this, I'm remembering back to thinking that I'm a wacko person for coming up with this idea and deciding to do this. And I also probably printed the image larger than I should have, because if I'd made it smaller, maybe it would be easier to do. And yeah, nonetheless, these are steampunk bells. These are from Make It Crafty. They do have some very cool steampunk images on their site. There are lots of digis. They also have some rubber stamps, and I have not gotten any of those yet, but I do have lots of their digis because they're fun to color. A lot of them I don't really have any idea what to do on cards with them, but this is one of those that I thought, oh, I could probably figure this out. So I am just adding orange to it next because I want to make these look kind of like gold bells. You know, I was kind of wishing that I could do sort of a rusty sort of thing with it, but that's not going to completely happen because I've only got 10 colors. Although I do want to mention that the set does come, I looked on Amazon, and the set does come in 20 markers as well. My original intent for this had been to use it for maybe some journaling, some Zentangle, that kind of stuff, because they're really great pens in that way, but yeah, I'm starting off with a project like this instead. There you go. Adding the orange in the darkest shaded areas. All the places, you know, that there's a highlight on that left bell up at the top, and so I'm assuming the light is coming from the upper left. So I'm putting all my shadows underneath the bells and down on the right hand side, and just coloring all that in with orange. As I'm doing this, I'm also running through my brain while I'm coloring and thinking, wonder what I can do to create some kind of a mid-tone or dull that orange down or something, because this brown color that I had used inside of the bottoms of the bells was so dark. It was just too dark. So I thought, well, okay, let me get the orange done. And then I went in with my light blue pen. This is like the cyan blue pen. And I was adding just a little bit of that. And you can see it's kind of darkening that orange without making it go all the way to black and that really dark brown color, which is at least nice. And it's not getting as blackened as that really dark brown color. So I at least like that. And it's one of my little Copic things that I can apply to coloring with something else. Now the leaves, oh my gosh, this about sent me over the edge because this it's a super, super, super tiny, tiny nib, and I'm trying to figure out how to make a smooth coloring of the green, and it's just nuts. I think I am just completely spoiled with Copic markers. So I'm going to go back pretty quickly to Copic land after this, I think. But at least this has been an interesting experiment. I'm coloring now with my dark green from this set and trying to add in enough, I guess, dots and hashtag or hash marks and shading and cross hatching and stuff that it kind of covers the fact that that light green just did not go down nicely. Was not playing well with me. And just filling in the shadow areas, both the veins in the little pieces of poly, as well as the shadows that are far away from the light. So the rest of those leaves were more of the same, so we're going to go on to the rest of the card. I'm creating something that'll go with a steampunk image, because I'm not a steampunk girl, right? You know, I love to color these images. They're so much fun, but I just don't know quite what to do. So I decided to distress the daylights out of a piece of paper, and then I got out my Tim Holtz Sizzix clocks, the embossing folder, and I embossed that after inking it up. Now I'm going to throw some mowed lawn over top and just mush it around, and really just making something that looks kind of grungy-ish. But then I'm going to put it on a card design that's going to look a little bit more like me, because I can't do everything as if I'm somebody else. So using a couple colors, Wild Honey and I think that's Mustard Seed, to create a panel for my sentiment. And the sentiment that I'm going to use is one from Hero Arts, and it's one that, it's not a grungy sentiment necessarily, but it's got sort of a retro look to it. And I really like the stamp set. You're going to see this a lot, I think, this winter, because it's really nice, bold, bold sentiments. And I like the fact that the letters are all little kitty wampus, because that's often how I stamp. Here's the finished card, and the design is very me, even if I tried to add a little steampunk to it. May or may not have been steampunk successful, but there you go.
So I'm not the queen of steampunk. Whatever, just gotta try something outside my comfort zone once in a while. Please feel free to leave a comment in the doobly-doo down below and tell me if you think this was a ridiculous challenge to have or not. And there's also links down there if you want to go see Make It Crafty or join in their challenge or whatever. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.